What's going on, you guys? It's your man James, aka JP, back again with the toy room. I know I've been gone for probably about 2 weeks. I went down a crazy rabbit hole in this room and I'm gonna show you guys what I did. But if you guys saw my last video, you know that I picked up like 40 or 50 VHS tapes that I had absolutely no space for. I had no idea where I was going to put any of it, and that's kind of the project that I unintentionally started to do. It started off as one project and ended up with like a million other projects in this room. So I'm just gonna put a quick clip that I made for my TikTok, which if you guys don't follow me, be sure to follow me on TikTok. I'm starting to use that more frequently, and I'll probably be taking a little bit of a break from YouTube or not posting as much just to focus on TikTok a little more, because I am trying to grow my TikTok. Now the display that's usually behind me here in this corner, I decided to get rid of that display and get a brand new shelf, and I took the whole shelf apart, and once I started doing that, I just went into like a complete, just like I keep saying, a rabbit hole, and I just started tearing this whole side of the room apart, and then that led to other sides of the room getting taken apart. So yeah, that's what I'm going to show you guys. So now that you guys saw the before of what that display looked like, if you guys haven't seen it already, now let's go ahead and take a look at the after, because I'm actually very happy with how this came out. So let's go ahead and get into it. Alright, you guys, so here is the display. Honestly, nothing too crazy, but it is way more efficient than the last display that I had. It's just a simple rectangle with two shelves in the middle. The other display that I had was a decent size, but it was an awkward shape, so you couldn't really fit things on there properly. The consoles were kind of tucked behind. You couldn't really see it. Now everything is just nice on display, looking great here. And more importantly, I now have a home for my Samsung GX. So for the last year, I think this CRT was honestly just sitting on the floor because I just had nowhere to display it properly, and now I do. And what I really like about this is it is a little bit wider. It does come out a little bit more than the last shelf, but it doesn't really like intrude or take up too much space as far as like, you know, interfering with the display over here of toys. So that is really good. And like I said, I now have a home for the Samsung GX, which is awesome. I have all of these consoles hooked up and ready to go, but the main thing I wanted to do also while creating this new display was get as many things hooked up via S-Video as I could, because this Advent CRT that I picked up for free that somebody was throwing away has an S-Video input, and that just makes everything look way better than your standard, you know, component or composite cables that you may have running from your consoles. So I have the Super Nintendo, Nintendo 64, GameCube, PS2, PS1, and Dreamcast all running off of S-Video. The Genesis I don't have plugged in at the moment, and the VCR I have running off of just your standard cables going to the Samsung GX, and the Atari 2600 is just there for display. So all of those are running, or almost all of those are running, ready to go, and all running on S-Video. As you can see, I don't know how well it's going to come out on camera. Yeah, no, my camera does not like recording that CRT, so you get a little bit of flickering. It doesn't look like that in person. It looks nice and crisp right there. And then another thing that I did was, obviously I have my VR headset here, my Oculus Quest, but I also have this, let me move this out of the way, I have this splitter box here. So that's for all the S-Video inputs right there, so I can literally just change it by the press of a button, which is very nice and convenient, and I don't have to keep going and trying to, you know, go to the back of the TV and unplug and plug in what I want to do, basically. And then that just led to this whole rabbit hole of things over here. So that led me to trying to figure out where in the world am I going to put all the VHS tapes that I just recently picked up. Well, here we go. So what I did was I took all of the slipcover style VHS tapes, like these right here. I took all of those out of this storage closet here, and the room is still like under construction, and I have a lot of things on the floor. I'm still working on rearranging a lot of things, so just ignore that for now. But I had all the slipcover style VHS tapes pretty much going all along this shelf and then all along the top of here. So what I ended up doing was taking all of those and bringing them over here. Now what I had previously over here was basically just like my big Power Ranger stuff, like my Megazords that are all up here now, as you can see. So I decided to start downsizing and get rid of a few things to make room for other things. So what I did was I have this pile of big stuff over here that I just don't care for anymore, that I'm going to be getting rid of, like this Acid Storm, like a couple of these deluxe Black Series figures, and the black and gold Dragon Zord, as well as this Power Rangers helmet here. So this pile is just all stuff that I'm getting rid of that I don't really care about anymore, and I replaced it with the Megazords over here, and then I replaced, obviously, with the Megazords that were here, I replaced with everything that you see right over here. So let's just run through these shelves really quickly. They're not really finalized, but they are pretty much where I want them to be. So we have, again, all just slipcover VHS tapes as kind of a backdrop in all of these little cubbies right here. And then just random handhelds because I didn't have any spot for the rest of my handhelds, as well as this little LED light that I have over there. And then just other, pretty much just handhelds and other random little trinkets and stuff. I have my GameCube hooked up over here with the like portable display, but I found out my laser is broken in here, so I have to get a new laser. It's on the way, but it's not reading discs at the moment, so unfortunately all you can see is the menu. But then yeah, just more handhelds and other random stuff right over there. And then over here we have my Ninja Turtles DVD collection. And then let's see how well we can actually get down here. There we go. So you can see like some iPods, some Motorola Razr, iPod Touch. And then let's see, I have this little miniature portable CRT right down there. And then I also was able to just tuck right in there my DJ Hero Deluxe Collector's Edition set that before was taking up a lot of space on the bottom of my storage closet, which again, none of this is going to be here by the end of the week, so just keep in mind this is stuff I am getting rid of right now. So again, room still under construction. And then another thing I did was put some more handhelds over here. So the Super Nintendo is my favorite console of all time, so I had to put my Super Nintendo 3DS XL as well as the Superboy over here, which I previously thought was broken. My screen for the longest didn't work, but I just fired it up the other day and it works flawlessly, so I am very happy about that. And then just to match the aesthetic, I have the, I think this is like the Glacier Blue Game Boy Advance. It kind of has like a purple hue to it, and then of course I think this is the Atomic Purple Game Boy Color right there, so I love that right there. And then underneath that, to kind of go with the whole purple aesthetic here, we have my Men in Black Laserdisc as well as my Aladdin Laserdisc right there. Which initially I intended to put, I have like 4 or 5 laser discs. I intended to put them in this spot over here and completely forgot to do so, and then set up this whole display. And this display, it looks pretty simple, but it took me a long time to do, to wire everything, to figure out what I was going to plug into what TV and how I was going to get the S-Video inputs and blah blah blah, and messing with the splitters. This was a multi-hour process here. Simple as it looked, between this and then this display here, it took a while, but I am really happy with it. So let me know what you guys think with that. But we did not stop there. That just started leading to more ideas. I started cleaning and organizing and just getting creative, and I love when I get into these spaces. The only problem is I get into this mode and I'm just in go mode and I forget to record everything. So unfortunately you guys didn't see the process. But another thing we did, which, oh man, I'm blanking out on your name. I'm actually going to get your name right now. Hold on one second. All right, shout out to Super Dimensional, who gave me the great idea of taking, I had 2 of these chairs, if you guys saw my recliner video. One of the chairs, the bottom half was good. The other chair, the top half was good. So he gave me the idea of just taking the top half of one chair and combining it with the good bottom half of the other chair. And that was a brilliant idea. I honestly don't know why I didn't think of that. So that's what I did. So now I basically have a pretty much good brand new chair ready to go. No cracking on this one, no peeling leather, which is nice. So we have that. Now, as you can see, that means I downgraded to 1 chair. Eventually, I still might get another chair. I'm on the fence about it right now because I honestly only have that second chair for when friends come over, which is so like few and far in between that I don't know if it's worth it right now. And having the 1 single chair honestly opens up this room so much and just gives me so much more space to walk around. It just makes the room feel a lot bigger and less crowded. So I don't know how I feel about it. 1 chair for now, maybe a second one to come in the future, but this is how we're looking over here. Now, some other stuff that we got going on here, let's just go in order. So I reorganized the video game display. It probably is not going to look any different to anybody else other than me, but I just had to do it. So previously I had all of my Xbox games over on this shelf over here, and I had all my PlayStation games over on this shelf over here. The problem is I have so many PlayStation games that it took up basically from where you see the switch ends right over here. It took up the rest of that shelf, and there was so much that it started bleeding over into this shelf. I just hated having like some games over here and some games over here, so I just swapped them. So now I have all of my PlayStation games here. You can see I have a lot of PlayStation games, specifically PlayStation 2, because that's just what I find in the thrift more than anything else. So a ton of PlayStation 2 games, and then obviously that's going to lead into PSP, which I have quite a bit of. Just had a massive haul. Check out my TikTok. I don't think I shared it on here, but again, check out my TikTok. I had a crazy PSP haul, and then that leads over to PS3, PS4, PS5, and then PS1. I don't have the PS1 in order just because this shelf is like the actual size for CDs, so it just made sense to put things there because I can't put anything else there. My Hot Wheels, I'm in the middle of downsizing just because I have way too many. So as you can see, that's what this pile is over here. That's the pile I'm keeping. This bag is a pile of stuff I'm giving away. away. So I just decided to downsize Hot Wheels because I just have way too many. So that's some Hot Wheels there. Those are my Blu-rays over there. And then like I said, my Xbox games are all over here because I don't have as many Xbox games as I do PlayStation games. So it just takes up less space. And then here are the rest of my leftover Hot Wheels. Still a work in progress. Hot Wheels are really hard to display. And then new display that I made over here, the brand new Jada toys. I finally found these at my local toy store at Bits and Buttons. If you guys are in South Florida, check them out. But my Jada toy Street Fighter figures, very, very happy about these. Super impressed with them. I got them super late just because I could never find them anywhere. But man, they are amazing. And then of course I have the San Diego Comic-Con exclusive version of Evil Ryu or Ryu as well. So that just looks amazing. These are some great, great figures. I really hope they make the rest of the roster because I would love to have a complete set of these. And then down here, I made a hip-hop shelf with my Super 7 Ultimates, Biggie, and ODB, as well as just some other stuff right here. So we have the Enter the 36 Chambers album, ODB, I have Wu-Tang Forever album right here, as well as the W, which is, I have the case for the W, but I have the actual disc for Wu-Tang Forever. So I have the W holding up Wu-Tang Forever right there. And then right here is a really cool little piece right here. This is a Metro card for the subways in New York, but this was a promo they did with the Wu-Tang show for Hulu, which is an amazing show. Check that out if you haven't. But there you go. That is my little hip-hop display that I made over there. I'm just looking around for other things that I changed. I think that's it right now, to be honest, looking around. Oh, I'm sorry, I completely forgot. So, as I was saying before, I took the slipcover VHS tapes that were here and put them over here. And then, because I did that, I was able to fit in all of the clamshell VHSs that I picked up from that big haul that I made a video on not too long ago. So, obviously, I have some of the movies right here on this shelf, and then I have the rest of them over here in this bookshelf right here. So the clamshells were too big to fit in this little gap right here, so I just have random stuff thrown up there at the moment. And then I have D3 running on this CRT and D2 running over on this CRT, which you can't see as well unless I get close. There we go. So I think that's it from everything I can see. Like I said, like, room is still under construction, but those are the latest projects. This is the latest display, and I'm really, really happy with the way that this turned out. Alright, you guys, so that is where we are. That is honestly what I've been up to. I wouldn't say for the past 2 weeks, but definitely like the last week. I've been in here every day. I know it doesn't seem like much, but when you're transferring, like, I don't know, over like 200 PS2 games from like one side to the other side, it's time consuming. That alone could take, I don't know what that took me, like just transferring the PS2 to Xbox games, that was like a 2-hour process. The VHSs was like another hour-long process. This shelf over here, I mean, between building the shelf, setting everything up the way I wanted to, figuring out how to wire everything, you know, everything running through splitters to make sure everything's working properly and that I don't cause a fire in here with all the stuff that I have plugged into the same extension outlet there. Yeah, it was a long process. I'm really happy. Like I said, I get into these modes where I just start like changing one thing and then I get creative and I go down this rabbit hole and just start doing a whole bunch of things in the room. So I'm really happy. I felt like this room needed a change and I just couldn't figure out exactly what that change was, especially with like the space that I'm given, what could fit. Originally I wanted to put like a gaming setup over here with like a computer desk and maybe do some streaming over there, but just with the space that I had, I was gonna have to get rid of a couple of units of toys in this corner, and it wasn't gonna work. So getting this shelf really just sparked my creativity and just gave me I don't know, just gave me this feeling, this vibe to just keep going, keep changing the room, and I think it was much needed. And again, even just like little things as far as having one chair versus the 2 chairs, just opens the room up and makes the room feel, I don't know, just makes it feel bigger, more inviting, different, and just gives it a better feel in my opinion. Anyways, I'm going on and on. So that's it for me. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Share this video with your friends. Be sure to follow me on TikTok, not Instagram. We're going to do TikTok now. Follow me on TikTok. That link's in the description down below. And I'm going to go ahead and get on out of here. So as always, guys, stay tuned for more, and I'll see you guys next time.